Hi, my name is Francis Yip. In this video, I'll be discussing the movements, physiology, and injury analysis of men's lacrosse. Then I will analyze and critique on Session 1 program and give some improvements on it. So men's lacrosse is played with 10 players per side. The duration of game is 15 minutes. There are 4 quarters and a 15-minute halftime break. Given the contact nature of the game, players must wear protective equipment such as helmets with full face mask, mouth guard, shoulder and arm pads, and a padded glove. In the movement analysis, I have chosen to focus on lacrosse shot. A lacrosse shot begins from the approach, then move on to the crank back by pulling the stick back, and the execution begins from the stick acceleration, deceleration, followed by the follow through and the recovery. Preparation phase begins from the stance to the drive leg, driving forward, which includes movement such as the hip extension, knee extension, and ankle plank deflection when the drive leg is driving to the back and generating power. Then in the execution phase, which is from the lead leg contact until the ball release. Once the lead leg has made contact on the ground, then the player will pull back the stick to generate power with biceps in full flexion to hold on to the stick and swing forward with the triceps in full extension to release the ball. Then it's the follow through from the top arm max extension. After shooting the ball, the top arm would fully extend, and a terminal trunk rotation, including the external obliques and the abdominals. In the physiology analysis, the VO2 max for a lacrosse player is around 51.1 kilogram per minute, and the respiratory exchange rate is 1.2. Comparing each position, attacker, midfields, and defender, midfielders produce the highest relative distance, as the number shown on the screen. The physiology of a lacrosse player is that a lot of anaerobic. The most common injury region in lower limb, involving the glutes, the calves, and the Achilles tendons, mostly due to the volume of acceleration, deceleration, and sprinting. Also, 83% of non-contact injuries are strains, which involve the ACL, hamstrings, and ankle injuries. Surprisingly, there aren't much overuse injuries to the shoulder due to the key rotation in lacrosse. Throwing motion are largely dependent on rotation at the pelvis, upper torso, and shoulder, not on the elbow. And in addition to that, if lacrosse player don't have a proper strength and conditioning training, and poor posture adaptation may occur, such as lordosis and scoliosis. Lordosis is the natural curve of the lower back area of the spine. With an extreme curve, the lower spine will have a deep curve, causing the abdominals to stick out and causing the pelvis to curve back up. And scoliosis is where the spine twists and curves to one side. This might due to a lacrosse player having imbalanced muscles in the back and shoulder. In Session 1 of the training program, there are a few things to highlight. The single arm band shoulder protractions, although they are good exercise, they are not very useful in training full power because the range of motion is very small, and if not used carefully, the player could easily be injured. Same as the single arm band scapular retraction, not huge range of motions, could easily get injured. The banded external shoulder rotator cuffs is good. Multiple muscles group are engaged, such as the deltoids, the biceps, concentric contraction by holding on to the band. The next one is banded lateral walks. This is a very good exercise targeting the lower limb due to a high risk of injury, so training the lower limb is very effective. There are multiple muscles group engaged as well, such as the quads, the glutes, and the calves. And the next exercise is the banded tibialis anterioris. This focus on the calves. It's good, but not effective enough. It could be more effective if more muscles groups are engaged. However, if training full power in the calves, this is a very effective exercise. And the abductor load glutes bridge. This exercise might not be very effective for training for power since there is not much speed. And the last ones are the side holds, like a side plank and the plank. These two exercises are essentials, core trainings. They mostly train for muscle stability and do not directly train for power. However, The core are crucial to generating power and speed. Therefore, the planks and side holds are essentials. So to improve, in the next session, I'll apply more plyometrics such as the squat jumps, depth jumps. These exercises would target the lower limb using the stretch shortening cycle to target the power. Also, I will add in deadlifts. The exercise engages multiple groups of muscles. The deadlifts engages the muscles such as glutes, hamstring, core, and the back. These muscles are essentials to a lacrosse player, and also enhancing the strength in the lower limb to prevent injuries. Lastly, I'll add a banded hamstring curl just to focus on the hamstring, because in the previous training session there aren't any exercise that are focused on the hamstrings. Therefore, I added the banded hamstring curls. This exercise involves hamstring concentric contraction. These are the 3 improvements I'll add to the strength and conditioning program for training for power in lacrosse. That is all for the video. Thank you for listening.